Namaste. This is a practice designed to remind us of the need for sacrifice. Kali is the goddess of yogic transformation, and her name means time. Therefore, creation and destruction, life and death. Kali provides us with the life force, prana, to keep our body functioning and alive. The transformation into the eternal self after our mortal body passes away is a choice to whether we choose to sacrifice voluntarily our separate self, our ego, and therefore gain immortality. Now, every yoga class you've been to probably ends in Shavasana, corpse pose. That is an invitation to meditate on the eternity of time and let our worries and fears, likes and dislikes all die. Becoming more conscious of our soul overcomes our preoccupation with mind and body and allows us to know divine grace. The mantra for Kali, there are several. Cream is her seed mantra, the shortest one. Cream. Cream, cream. And I can go on and on about Kali being not only time, but also Sat, our essential being that is immortal. She's nirvana, she's the air element. She's the Kriya Shakti, the action or transformation. She's beauty. She's the consort of Shiva. She's in the heart chakra. She's dark blue. So we'll start laying face down in a prostration with Anjali Mudra as a symbolic sacrifice, an offering. And extending the arms in front in Anjali Mudra and just bowing the forehead down. And making this surrender, this offering and sacrifice. Sacrifice of the ego and little will and self in order to become part of the eternal self. Next slide, the elbows back to Sphinx pose. And draw the shoulder blades down, lift the heart up, then rock the pelvis and heels from side to side, letting your head turn the opposite way. Just small little movement. Figure eights with the head, whatever feels normal, natural, organic. And then continue sliding the hands back so they're under the shoulders and lift up into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. And feel free to move, sway, slither, any movement that comes intuitively to your body. And then release and rest. Bring the arms behind, palms face down. And draw the legs together and press down through the feet, down through the hips. Start to lift the shoulders, lift the arms into locust. Each inhale, lifting a little higher. Possibly clasping the hands in Yoga Mudra to draw the shoulder blades in deeper. Open the heart wider. Another breath, aware of that prana, and release down, rest chin to the other side, heels open to relax. Strengthening the back once more, bend both knees and reach back to bind, hands to feet, holding the ankles, holding anywhere. And if it's impossible to hold the feet, then just put the hands on the floor and lift the shoulders that way. Holding the feet and ankles, lift the knees and the shoulders. Bow pose. Another breath there. And relax, release down and rest. Like and slowly push up to table pose. Good. And sit back to child's pose, sitting to the heels and resting the head down. The head can press down into the mat or into a block, and press also through the fingertips, lift up in the armpits. And lift up to puppy dog. Lift the hips over the knees and then start to walk the hands forward. And pressing down through the fingertips. Lift up through the armpits, broaden the neck, and deepen the heart. Maybe the forehead will also touch. Inhale, lift the shoulders, walk the hands back, and then curl the toes under, walk the hands close enough that you can lift up the knees and squat on the balls of the feet, and spreading the knees so the arms are inside the knees. Okay, so the heels lifted. Now, press the elbows outward into the legs while the knees squeeze inward against that resistance. You can stay with hands on the floor or twist and lift the right arm up, turning to look up to that right hand. Another breath, inhaling to the fingertips, and then exhale, bring the right hand down, and switch, lifting the left arm up. Inhale to the fingertips, exhale, squeezing muscular energy into the core of the pelvis, hugging to the midline. Another breath. And release the left hand down. Good. Now we're getting warmed up. We can walk the feet back to crouching tiger. So here the knees are bent, the elbows soft. And we'll work with strengthening the fingers and hands, clawing into the mat like a crouching tiger ready to leap. Bending and straightening the knees. Great. Lower the knees. Next, low lunge. Step right foot forward. Press down through the legs. Lift the hands. Come to the front knee and gain your steadiness through muscular energy, drawing into the core of the pelvis. Press the palms together and draw the shoulder blades into the back. And start to look up and arch back. Lift the heart into those hands. And release. Bring the hands down. And just keep the left hand down while you twist and lift the right arm up. And one more breath. And release the right hand down. Good. And now we're gonna just change sides. Step back with the right foot. And to down dog. And look up, step left foot forward. And lower right knee down. Back to low lunge. Hands on the front knee. Strengthen through the pelvis, the hips, the thighs, and then connect to the midline, squeezing hands and fingertips together in Anjali Mudra. The backs of the thumbs resting on the sternum and heart. Start to look up, lifting the heart up against that pressure of the hands. And release that back bend. Bring the hands down. The right fingertips to the floor. Start to twist to the left. Lift up the left arm. Inhale, spreading the arms and chest. Exhale, tightening through the pelvis, hips, thighs. And release the left hand down. And we'll step back to table pose. Now, sit back then to the heels or between the heels. Or sit on a block or a blanket. We're going to increase our prana with breath of fire. The thumbs represent that fire element. So we're going to touch the tips of the thumbs together and begin pumping the air with the abdomen in and out in bursts of air. Now start to rest. Take a few resting breaths. Hands can relax. So if you start to feel dizzy or lightheaded, you should just go back to normal breathing. And if that went well and you want to repeat that, we'll do another round of fire, breath of fire. So start using the abdomen to pump the air in and out. And then rest, relax the hands. Good, good. Come on up to kneeling table pose. And press back to downward dog. Relaxing the shoulders and knees on the inhalation. And then strengthening from the core, lengthen on the exhale down through the heels and out through the fingertips. Stretching the spine, stretching the backs of the legs. Good. Now, turn heels to the right, balance on the right arm. Modify if you need by bringing the right knee down for a side plank. And lift the left arm, extend it over the ear. Otherwise, the legs can be straight. The hips lift up and press forward so the head can tilt back, with a hint of a back bend. Good. Now you can continue that back bending by stepping the left foot behind, pressing the ball of the foot down, lift the hips even higher, tilt the head back. Good. Release the hands back to the floor, turning to face and down in downward dog. Regain the breath. Regain that ebb and flow, the inhale and the exhale. And then we'll continue to the second side. Turn the heels to the left. Balance on the left arm. Modify by bringing the left knee down, or keep the left leg straight as you straighten the right arm. And look up. Tilt the head back slightly so you get that flavor of a back bend. And you can even lift up higher by pressing that right foot into the floor and opening the heart more. Now, and look down, release back down to table pose. Oh, good. Lift the hands up from the floor for camel. Ustrasana. So engage the inner thighs, start hugging to the midline, squeezing the buttocks, strengthening the lower back. And gaze up. Press the hips forward, going deeper, maybe to hold the heels. Filling that heart chakra physically with the air, the vayu. And release and lift the arms. Lengthen up out of the lower back. And then rest, hands down. And curl the toes under. Walk the feet forward into Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, soften the knees. Straighten the neck and spine. And on the exhale, straighten the legs. Press the feet and hands down. And if your hands don't reach the floor, put them on blocks. Observing that ebb and flow of the breath. And letting that shape the pose, help you create beauty in the pose. Beauty is something that's eternal and just reflected on our form. And release up to stand. Coming all the way up and turning to the side. Take the wide stance for starlight. Lifting the arms wide, the legs wide. And then reaching to the fingertips on the inhale. Condensing into your core on the exhale with muscular energy, tightening the tummy, the pelvis. Radiate on the inhale to reach out to the farthest corners of the universe. Good. Now, I'm going to do some Kali chopping. Kali carries a sword for lopping off our ego. So we have our sword in our hands that we're going to do some chopping with. And it will take the breath with 3 parts to the inhalation and 1 part to the exhalation for the chop. So we lift our sword, inhaling, inhaling, inhaling all the way up, and then exhale down and through. Inhale, 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 exhale down. More. And back to resting. All right. From here, we're facing the side, and we'll just turn the toes out 45 degrees, bend the knees in the direction of the toes, and squat down with the hips for our goddess pose. Roll the shoulders back and lift the hands, chin mudra in the hands. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, deepening, strengthening the thighs. Maybe your goddess was dancing, lifting the heels. Now rest the heels, rest the arms, straighten the legs. And going right into back bend. Clasp hands behind the back, yoga mudra. Roll the shoulders up, draw the shoulder blades in. Good, soften the knees, but keep the heels pressing into the floor. And start to tilt back with the head. Keep pressing down through the heels, lifting the heart up. And release up to stand. Inhale. And exhale, slide the hands down to the ankles. Now the feet are parallel. We're going to slide, glide the hips from side to side. You could be holding onto the knees to modify, or the feet, or maybe just the floor is convenient. Moving over to the right side, lift up the right heel. My knee popped. And then turn the left toes up. The right arm's inside the knee, giving some resistance there so the knee can draw into the midline and twist. We'll lift the left arm up. Inhale, expand the heart. Stretch to the fingertips. Good. Great. Now lower down, left hand, switch over to the opposite side. Bend the left knee, lift the left heel. Spin the right toes up. And keep pressing down through the back of that right heel for stability. Use the resistance of the arm, left arm into the knee and the knee against that. Then you can open the heart more. Stretch up through the right fingertips. Inhale, expand totally. Exhale, strengthen internally. And release down. Okay. Come up, lift the hips up, lift the head and shoulders up. Pivot the right toes, spin the right toes out to the end of the mat for side angle. Bend the right knee and use that right knee for support. Lift the left arm and extend over the ear. Inhale, widen the chest, look up. Exhale, tighten the tummy, tuck the right hip under. Continue breathing here. Or if your stance is long enough, maybe you'll reach deeper with the right hand to the mat. Enjoying a full deep breath, complete inhalation, and complete exhalation. And release, lift up to straight back. And turn the feet. Pivot the left toes to the opposite end of the mat. Bend the left knee. And bring the right arm up and over the ear. Inhale, broaden the chest, look up. Exhale, tighten the inner thighs, the abdomen. And if it's possible, deepen the pose. Maybe you have to lengthen your stance to touch the left hand to a block or to the floor. Wonderful. And lift up and release. Turn back to the center. And let's go on to triangle pose. Turning the right toes out, straighten the knees, and then start sliding the right hand down the right leg while lifting the left arm up over the left shoulder. Good. Inhale, lift the left shoulder back. Exhale, strengthen from the core down through the legs, keeping them long and straight. The spine long and straight. Now, release, bend the knee, lift up, and turn the feet. Spin the left toes out, the right foot 90 degrees, and straighten both knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine, And exhale, start sliding the left hand down the left leg. Okay? Now, how far down it goes depends on how wide your legs are. So if your legs are super wide, then yeah, it's easy to bring the left hand down to the ankle or even to the floor. But to get the legs that wide means they have to be super strong to support you at that angle. Now, release, lift up, and back to bring the feet back together, the hard part. Next, we're doing the Fearless Heart Namaskar, starting at the front of the mat. Come to your center. When you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up, arch back, and exhale, bow forward, bend the knees, step a right foot back. And lower right knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, lower the hands back down. Step the left foot back to downward dog. Inhale to high plank. And exhale, lower the knees, hips, chest, and chin. And then reverse that, rolling head, shoulders, hips up. And relax, lower, and chest down. Inhale, push up. Curl the toes under, press back to downward dog. Now inhale, step right foot forward and lower the left knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, lower the hands again. Step the left foot forward, inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Then inhale, lift up, standing, extend arms till the palms touch. Then exhale, rest the arms at your side. Back to your center, back to your breath. Now, repeating, inhale, lift the arms, arch back. And exhale, bow forward, bend the knees. This time, step the left foot back and lower the left knee. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, lower the hands. Step the right foot back, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, release. Inhale, push up. Exhale, press back, down dog. And look up, step the left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, lower the hands. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, lift the arms, touch the palms. And exhale, lower the hands and bow to the heart. Our fearless heart. Okay. high lunge, step right foot back. Balance on the ball of the right foot as you steady yourself on the left knee. Tone the muscles and hug the muscles to the bone, strengthening that back leg. Lift up the knee, straighten the leg. Now try lifting the arms, high lunge. Use the breath to help you create beauty in the pose. The ebb and flow of the breath, like the ticking of a clock. And bring the hands down. The right hand to the mat and the left arm windmills up into a revolve side angle. Very good. And lower the left hand, step the left foot back. Back to down dog and back to your center. Look up, step right foot forward, high lunge. Balance on the ball of the back foot. Lift the hands to the front knee as you start to strengthen through the core. Hug the muscles to the bone and make that back leg totally straight, rigid. With that stability, lift the arms. Breathe with ease. Prana is your friend. Now lower the hands and left hand to the mat. Windmill the right hand up. Now I like to turn the left fingertips out 45 degrees. That helps integrate the shoulder blade into the back more. Straighten the back knee. Breathe. Good, that's it. Release hands down and step right foot back. Back to down dog. And walk the feet through, sit down, and widen the legs. Spread the toes and press the fingertips behind to start to lift up through the chest. Draw the lower back in. Press down through the heels like you're trying to drag your heels closer. This is going to help lift you up from the rib cage and broaden the collarbones. This can be your pose, just to feel the stretch here and maintain good posture, good alignment. Or stretch a little deeper by tiptoe the fingertips forward. And breathe there for a little while. And when the body is telling you it's ready to go deeper, move out another inch or two. Remember to stay strong with the legs. Hug those muscles, lift the kneecaps, tense those quadriceps. So eventually you can come to your maximum stretch without forcing or straining, but just staying strong, connected, and deeply aware of the breath. The elbows can touch the floor, you can use the backs of your thumbs to support the forehead and help keep the neck and shoulders aligned. Patiently wait for the body to relax and stretch more comfortably, because if you force it too quickly, it's only going to get tenser. Now begin to lift and straighten the spine. Good, deep stretch. Yes. Now bend the right knee so the right foot comes over to the left thigh. And then hug legs together. Lift up through the pelvic floor, lift up through the rib cage. And take this right arm up and over the right shoulder, stretching to the left. And you want to keep the right sitting bone down. Press down through that right hip bone and give space between the ribs and the hips so the spine can lengthen up, out, and over the hip. And just really sever your attachment to the ego as to what your pose, quote, should look like, and just create something of beauty that makes you feel good, that doesn't injure your body. Now we'll switch sides, lowering the hand, extend the right leg wide, bend the left knee, move the buttocks back so you're leaning into the front of the sitting bones, the lower back drawing in so the chest and rib cage can lift up. Keep pressing down through that left sitting bone as you reach up and over the left ear. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, strengthen. The deeper your breath, the easier the stretch. So it's easeful and steady at the same time. Sukha Stiram. Release and rest, hands down. And lift up the knees. We're going to just do upward table. So here the feet are going to be flat on the mat and the hands walking behind the hips some. I turn my fingers out about 45 degrees. So again, I can integrate the shoulder blades into the back and press down through the feet and hands. Start to lift the sides of the hips up. Inhale, expanding up like a big balloon floating up into the sky. And exhale, use the strength of the buttocks and the thighs and the back to stay lifted. Good. Lower the buttocks down and walk the heels out. Now, with straight legs, try again lifting the hips. Press the heels down, lift the sides of the hips up. Let the head tilt back to a straight neck. Holding. Inhale, lifting a little more. Exhale, holding a little longer. Inhale, lifting as high as you go. And exhale, lower all the way down and rest. Great job. And you can lay back. Lay on your back. And lift up the knees. Now, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Open the right knee wide. This may be all the stretching you need in the hip, or you're more flexible and you want a deeper stretch. Lift that left knee towards your chest. And first, I lift my head and shoulders so I can clasp the hands. But then I want to be able to rest the head and shoulders on the floor before I start tightening the arms more. So I lengthen the arms on the inhale and then tighten them a little bit on the exhale, starting to feel a deeper stretch in the right hip. Relaxing on the inhale, stretching deeper on the exhale. Making sure I keep the ankle straight and not sickling to the side. And if there's any pain in the knee, then just back off. Be patient, because these are deep muscles. Use deep breaths to go deeper into the stretch. And again, it's not all pull, pull, pull. There has to be some relax, and then pull, and then relax again. And you'll make more progress that way than if you just push, push, push all the time. Deeper. Now switch sides, the feet back to the floor. Cross the left ankle over the right knee and open the left knee there to the side. And bring the right knee closer, if that's an option, by clasping the hands behind the thigh or over the top of the shin. And if your head and shoulders can rest comfortably on the mat, then you tighten the arms as you exhale and feel a deeper stretch. Always ready to relax on the inhale and explore deeper on the exhale. Ebb and flow. As time passes, we feel that ebb and flow of the rhythms of life. And rest and lower both feet down. Okay, we'll do bridge pose. So walk the heels close up to the buttocks. Then press the elbows and feet down, lift the sides of the hips up. And you can boost the buttocks up with the hands. Maybe you walk the heels a little closer. And continue holding there, or clasp the hands and tuck the shoulder blades in to lift the heart up. Now keep your chin up and press the feet down evenly from the inner corners of the feet to the outer edges. Inhale, expand and lift. And exhale, strengthen and hold. One more breath. And then release the hands, lower the buttocks down, and relax, breathing normally. We'll make one more back bending offering, and that can be another bridge pose or a wheel pose. So we just did bridge pose, Setu Bandha, and if you choose to change that to wheel pose, after lifting the hips, place the hands on either side of the head, and then come to the top of the head. Move the hands closer underneath the shoulders, the feet closer underneath the knees, and now you'll push the feet and hands down to straighten the arms and lift the hips. And breath helps here. And if you're ready, tuck the chin to release down to the back of the head and the shoulders, and eventually the hips back to the floor. Good. And lift the hips an inch, slide the backs of the hands under the buttocks, then lower down onto the wrists. This feels good if you've been doing the wheel. And otherwise, it makes a little platform to lift the hips so that you can invert the legs. Now, just lifting the legs in the easy inverted position. Letting your breath come back to a smooth and steady pace. Complete inhalation and complete exhalation. If you have the urge to do more inversions like plow or shoulder stand, you may, by lifting the hips up and holding the back of the waist, tip the legs over the head into plow. And then lift the legs, keep supporting the lower back as you come to shoulder stand. Now really press the back of the skull down to lift up in the lower neck. Lift up through the tailbone. And any time the neck tires or feels bad, release, bend the knees, and start to slowly descend back into a reclining position. Now with the knees bent, open the knees apart. Lift up the hips momentarily to make the spine more comfortable, the hips more relaxed, and the thighs ready to soften and let go of their tension. Having warm hands on the thighs helps massage away some of that tension. You don't even have to push on the thighs, just the warmth of the hands helps them relax, let go of that. Now, I'm going to squeeze the knees together and hug the knees into the chest, rounding the back like a little ball. And just playing around with a little movement, maybe rocking side to side, or lifting the feet into happy baby. whatever feels right in your body to help you ease into Shavasana. And when you're satisfied in your body, stretch out the legs for Shavasana. Maybe you need one more full body stretch, arms overhead, fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, any last little movement, stretching. And so you can bring your arms down and rest them along your side. And turn the palms face up, sliding the shoulder blades under the back so the chest can open, breathe, and let go of any final effort. Surrendering into that floor, into that mat, and enjoying this rest, this relaxation, and even dissolution. Disconnecting from the physical body and disconnecting from the mental effort. Letting them die for the moment. I like this song sung by Mustard's Retreat because of the lyrics, which are, ours is a simple faith, life is a short embrace, heaven is in this place every day, hope is the ground we till, make each day what you will, thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. No room in this heart for fear, no judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith, and living a life of grace every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. Living the mystery, seeking the harmony, here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Love is a short embrace. I keep saying that. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaya Viche Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaya Viche Svaha. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaya Viche Svaha. And now please start to deepen your breath and begin to move and stretch as you would awaken your body. Eventually roll over to your right side in a fetal position, letting your mind become fully awake and conscious of the space around you. And rise back to a seated position so I can thank you once more for your presence, for your practice, and for your deep soul beauty. Namaste.